Hey geeks, what's going on? My name is Bran. Welcome back to the Geek XP and welcome back for our next Steven Universe reaction episode. This episode is Bubbled. By the name and the quick little picture that I saw in the thumbnail of the video that I clicked on, I assume that Steven's going to bubble himself as a fix for his sort of problem that we left off in the last episode where he was thrown into space. So we'll see how this goes. I have no idea what's going to happen, what sort of shenanigans will ensue. But before we get started, just a couple little announcements. I do apologize that some of the episodes aren't back online at the time of this recording and that there's a bit of a delay getting these videos up. I do appreciate everyone's patience, some more than others. Please understand that these episodes are coming out every day and have been for the time for a while and will be for the next couple weeks if my understanding of their scheduling is correct. And I work a full-time job. I have to come back home, and then things are usually rendering, and if they're not rendering, then I gotta upload, and if they're uploading, I gotta make thumbnails, and then once that's done, I have to do another recording, then I have to bring that into my computer, then I gotta edit it, then I gotta, it's a never-ending cycle. And then there are other videos that I like to make that I haven't had a chance to try to keep up with the Steven Universe stuff. Once things started getting flagged and taken down, it sort of sets me back. I was all caught up, and then I got set back, and then I'm trying to re-edit them, and there's a bunch of videos I still need to re-upload. So I appreciate your patience. Please try to understand that if the video's not up quite yet, it will be up. And if something comes up on the channel that isn't Steven Universe, understand that's not the only thing I do for this channel. It is not the only thing I want to do for this channel. So if it's up, I know responding to comments isn't a good idea, but don't respond with a comment of telling me to put up my next Steven Universe reaction episode. It's on its way, I promise. I get these things up as soon as possible for you guys, but there's other stuff I want to put up as well. So thank you for your understanding, and understand that I'm just one person trying to juggle all this stuff. So with that being said, I'm excited for this next episode. I'll be interested to see if it's a more serious episode. I'm imagining it's probably going to be a little bit goofier, sort of like our last episode, but with maybe some hintings of something a little bit more serious and heavy. That seems to be the trend with these couple episodes, if they're not outright heavy. But I've got my decaf, because it's late, and I can't be up too late. So, without any further ado, let us click play. Sorry for all the announcements, but just trying to do some housekeeping, you know? I think I also saw the rubies in the little thumbnail picture I saw, so because they got thrown out in space too. Maybe he'll try to bubble them all? Bubbled. In space! Ooh. Can he shield himself? Or he can put himself in his bubble, not like bubble himself like when he bubbles a gem, but it's like protective bubble. Yes, you're in space. Quickly. Oh good, you bubbled yourself immediately. Good, good, good. Oh wow, they're so far. Yeah. They are getting really far. She does not look happy. I wonder where the rest of the rubies will go. I don't think that's how reception works, Steven. Uh-oh. I wonder if we'll have a little reveal here. With my own eye. I don't think Jasper is available to talk right now. If you'd like to leave a message. Nope, Steven. In my belly button. This is gonna not go well. Ooh, gem with sarcasm. Yeah, I was about to say, there's that, like, this is the fourth time. Boom. The shield. You show him the picture. It'll be interesting. He'll get some more insight into who his mom was. Oh. Can he let her into the bubble? I wonder if he can sort of suck her in. Ping pong. Yeah, I wonder if we'll get some more insight into, you know, Rose Quartz from another point of view. Like we've had Jasper talk a little bit. Ringo! Because he's only really heard, most of the stuff he's heard is from his dad and the crystal gems. Ooh! Oh no! Oh no, she's cracked. Yes! Yeah! Good job, Steven. I knew he could do something like that. Healing powers. This'll prove it. Cracked. Aye, aye, aye. Honey. The healing powers will prove it for sure. But now she is stuck in the bubble. Ooh. Just lick your hand like you usually do. Why do you gotta be weird, Steven? He could have just licked his hand and done it. Now she's gonna know that you're Rose Quartz. I can't believe it. No, this is bad, Steven. Now she's gonna try to kill you. The one time Steven's trying to convince someone he's related to Rose Quartz. They're getting really far. I'm not sure how the crystal gems are going to figure out getting him back because they don't have a functioning spaceship. Yep. Bad. Ooh, her weapon's a dagger? Yeah. Yeah. Stuck in small quarters. Oh, bigger quarters. There you go. We're still not sure if that's confirmed. Like, that's what they say, and I wouldn't be surprised if that was the case. But, you know, maybe... I mean, unless it was eyewitness. But if it's just, like, rumor, like, if they walked into... Ooh. Creeper smile. Yeah. Uh-oh. Shield time. Oh! There you go. Wait, how does he have air in there? Oh, he held his breath, I guess. That recycled air is not going to last him too long, though. That was pretty clever, though. That was pretty slick. He's going to run out of air really fast. Tiny little Steven Bubble. He's like a guy now. In his tiny little guy capsule. Yikes. They had the Ruby shuttle, of course. Hopefully be the crystal gems in the Ruby shuttle. Crystal gems in the Ruby shuttle? Yes. Oh, thank goodness. Ah, the music. Oh, this is beautiful. Yay, and they're just so happy to be together again. And now they have a spaceship. They did know. Okay. Okay. Sign of a good leader. That might affect Steven's decisions in the future. So they did know. And good episode. Like I thought, like some goofiness and then some really serious stuff. But let's go right into the review and thoughts / speculation. So, Bubbled. Like I just said, a little bit of goofiness, but then actually quite a bit of heavy stuff. We get this comical little thing with Steven and Eyeball, the pirate-like Ruby, stranded in space in his bubble, going along, having a little bit of conversations. The first time where Steven is actually like, because of all the other gems that he's encountered, insisting that he's Rose Quartz, and he's like, no, I'm actually Rose Quartz's son, I'm not her. You know, I'm trying to get this across to people, and Amethyst and I talked about this. For the first time, he's like, I like, the first time someone doesn't believe him, he's like, well, actually, I have all of this proof, and they're like, So we have this funny thing, they get to the asteroid, he saves Ruby, and then when he uses his healing powers, in the weirdest way, like, he could have just, like, done a but instead he decided to make it weird for whatever reason. And then Ruby tries to kill him, and so he does this really clever thing, just like the debubble, throw, rebubble, And luckily, I'd forgotten that the rubies had left their shuttle behind when they got thrown out of the airlock. Who knows what's going to happen to them now? They're all scattered throughout space. Who knows what will happen? I hope they'll be okay. They're funny. So luckily, the crystal gems rescue him. And then we have my favorite part of the episode. We have this beautiful moment where the music it's just the song from during the post-credits, and it's playing as Steven comes to. The crystal gems are all around him. They're crying as they're so happy to be reunited. There's this big group hug. Garnet cries, and then Steven starts laughing, and with tears in their eyes, everyone has this big group hug, and it's great. And just having the musical score there was a perfect choice. Perfect. As sometimes music so much better encapsulates emotion than dialogue could in that moment, in that scene. So, good job on whoever's decision that was. You get a cookie. And then we have Steven talking about whether his mom did in fact shatter someone. So, in the last episode, I was curious about if the gems knew about this whole thing based on their reaction, and we said that they probably did. Based on the information that it could go either way, but definitely leaning towards that they did know. Because it was less of a gasp, what? And more of just like a, why did you, you didn't, yeah, kind of reaction. And then when Steven even looks to Amethyst in the form of Jasper, her look to him is less of one like, oh, man, that's crazy, and more of like a sorry kind of look. When I went back and watched it again, it became more clear that this is probably the case. But, so Steven, sort of heart in his throat, asked like if his mom really did shatter Pink Diamond. And Garnet puts it so well that for the Earth to be free, since it was her colony, she had to do it so that Amethyst could be herself, so that Pearl could be free, and that Garnet to be together. All the things, and so that Bismuth could make things that she wanted. So that all these gems could be free of the constraints that they were bound by the circumstance of their birth, in order for that to be a possibility, for the rebellion, I think, to be a thing, was to destroy this diamond. As like a show that like we can do this. And, because the diamond's authority for a lot of these gems just seems so absolute to them. Peridot said, they are objectively better than all of us. And so for gems who just grow up in that mindset, to the idea of even defying a diamond who is just objectively better than any single gem, it would be so crazy. But when they destroy her, the pedestal that they are placed upon all of a sudden seems so much lower. And Garnet says that, she didn't always do things that was best for her, but she always did what was best for the Earth. And that, I think, puts it well in that Rose was a good leader. I don't think she was perfect. She obviously had flaws, and I'm sure she made mistakes. And we know that. We know that she's made mistakes. She wasn't omnipotent. She was very wise, but a sign of a good leader. She put aside her own moral quandaries, so that she could do what was best, even though it was an ugly thing. So that the cause that she was fighting for could exist and could persist, and that the gems that she was fighting for could live lives as they chose, not what the Diamond Authority told them to live as. And that's, it's a hard pill for Steven to swallow, and an important lesson in the leadership that he's beginning to undertake for him to learn. All his life he's grown up hearing how wonderful Rose Quartz is, and, from his dad, because his dad just thinks, she is angelic to him. She literally this otherworldly being that literally floated down from the heavens, this big poofy dress, and just, was just wonderful. And, Pearl, obviously very similar. Garnet and Amethyst, she inspired them, and so everyone was saying how great she is, and then he has this shattering revelation that, like, especially after Bismuth says that she wouldn't use the breaking point. And that Steven had this sort of solidarity in that, I may not be my mom, I may not be able to meet all the expectations of her, But he probably took a bit of pride in thinking that, he made the same call with the same stoicism that his mom made with the breaking point, and that she wouldn't shatter a gem. That this thing that he thought was so awful that she would never do it. And so when he hears this, and the gems don't outright say, deny it, it's really hard for him. And for him to deal with it with them, and they're saying that, she had to do things she didn't like for the sake of the cause and for the sake of this planet that she loved. For Steven, it's sort of like maybe an eye-opening moment that he won't always be able, and sort of with Ruby when he was in that bubble, he won't always be able to make peace. He won't always be able to turn these other gems into his friends and allies. He tried doing it with Jasper, and she's corrupted right now and poofed and in a bubble. And it didn't work with that Ruby. I mean, maybe if he had more time, but maybe it's just sort of a thing for him to realize that even his mom, who everyone says was so powerful and so great, there were some things she couldn't do, so she had to do something else, even something she didn't like. And he'll carry that. And I think we'll see that change his outlook on certain things. He'll still give it his very human, very Steven twist. And he may stick to his guns on certain things that maybe Rose would have gone and resorted to something like shattering. But I think this revelation will change him. I think it has made an impact on his vision of who his mom was, who he is supposed to be, and who the crystal gems will be moving forward as he will take more of a leadership role. I think as he becomes more and more like his mom, even though he feels like he's not measuring up to her, he is filling her shoes quite well, in my opinion. And I think the crystal gems, when he becomes that leader, they will defer to him. Because he will embody the leader that they followed once. And this will definitely affect the leader that ends up being in the long run. But this is a really good episode. I did not expect it to be quite so poignant in that part of Steven's character development, or to have that beautiful tear-jerking moment with the music there. But I really enjoyed this episode. Surprisingly, considering that it was like the last minute or two that really hit me, it was a really powerful moment, and it definitely sticks out of the episodes from this Summer of Steven series, for sure. But I hope you guys enjoyed this video, my reaction and review. Leave a like down below if you enjoyed this video. Comment your thoughts down below. And subscribe if you enjoyed the channel. If you enjoy, make sure to also check out the other content I put out and show your support for the channel that way. I'm trying to put it out, but with these Steven Universe episodes every day, it is a little tough. But if you guys enjoy those series, please be patient as I try to get them out. You guys have been awarded some Geek XP. Thank you so much for watching. And until next time, stay geeky, my friends.